are, it's HRH TV. It's Matt Stocks in Sheffield at Blues Fest 2017 with Chantel McGregor, who has just this second walked off the stage looking box fresh. You've just treated us to a little acoustic set. How was it for you?
It was fantastic. Yeah, really enjoyed it. It was brilliant.
Nice packed room, and of course the main arena isn't going yet, so everyone who's here is kind of in there watching you.
I know. They were all lovely. Such a nice audience, really listening and attentive. Lovely.
Do you find much of a difference between the full amped up business and the more stripped back acoustic affair? Is it a different approach? Is it a different experience?
Yeah, for me it's a lot more intimate. So it's like playing in your living room. I mean, the band gigs are a bit like that anyway. Even if you play in a massive venue, it's still like playing in your living room. But yeah, I think the acoustic thing, with it being a bit more exposed, because it's me on my own, it's like, well, for one, if anything goes wrong, it's all on me. But yeah, it's a bit more of an intimate thing.
I was reading up about you. It seems like you've won basically every award there is to win at the British Blues Awards.
Yeah.
A lot. From female vocalist to guitarist of the year to young artist of the year. I mean, how long have you been playing music, and I guess what's your relationship to the blues as a genre?
I mean, I suppose what I do isn't strictly blues. You know, there's a lot of different elements to it, so it's probably a bit more rock-based. But I think everything, it derives back from things like blues. You know, that's the original sort of, especially with guitar, you know, it sort of comes from that and stems from that. So for me, it probably stems from like my dad playing when he was young. You know, he used to play things like Zeppelin and Hendrix. And
was he a musician, or he would just play you the records?
Yeah, he used to play guitar, and we always had like Zeppelin on in the car and Free and stuff, which, I mean, those bands, they derived from the blues. So, you know, yeah, I've not sat there listening to Robert Johnson and studying it because it's not my thing. But, you know, the bands that I worship now, you know, they did. So I think that it sort of comes down through the generations, and it's always there.
Have you played this festival before?
No, it's my first time. I'm really excited about this afternoon as well.
And what can we expect from the set later in terms of what we've just seen? How is the full band set gonna differ?
Louder.
That's one obvious difference.
Definitely louder. It's going to be more of a rock thing. So it's a three-piece. There's me, bass, drums, and it's quite rocky, quite heavy. Probably more towards the heavy end of blues, like the really heavy end of it. Right. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Lots of riffs and widdly solos.
And what have you got going on? You've got a record out at the moment. Is there one on the horizon? I was reading you worked recently, or a while back, with Livingston Brown.
Yeah.
Is it? And his credentials are really interesting. Kind of not really rock in many ways.
No, I mean,
how did you discover him? And
Robin Trower, you see. So he's done Robin for years, and he used to play bass for Robin Trower. So I guess that's like the bluesy guitaristy bit. And yeah, he's fantastic. I've known him since I was about 15, and we just work really well together. But the only problem is every time I record an album, I put about 2 stone on, because we always just end up eating constantly at takeaways in Brixton. It's just like, oh my God. But yeah, he's a really good friend as well. So it's just, we have a really good working relationship. It's fantastic.
He's worked with everyone from like Ed Sheeran and Shakira to Kylie Minogue.
I know.
It's mad. What do you learn from working with someone like that? What kind of wisdom and skills did he impart on you?
Oh gosh, well, I'll never learn all his wisdom because he's a very wise man. But yeah, I learned a lot about production from him, and different recording techniques and where things sit in the mix as well, because it's so easy to go into a studio as a guitarist and go, right, well, I want loads of distortion, and I'm going to layer the guitars, and I'm going to put this, and then it just sounds like a mushy load of rubbish. And it's like, you've got to be really mindful.
Have that ear to put it all together right.
Yeah, you've got to be so mindful about where everything sits in the mix and get that complete spectrum of sound, rather than just all about guitar. And I think a lot of people miss that, which to me, it's like, that's a fundamental thing about production. See, I'm really into production as well, so I enjoy that side of it. But yeah, everything I've learned from Liv, because he's just brilliant. He's amazing.
And I jumped ahead, but going back to your release schedule, is there an album out? Is there one coming out? Where are you currently at?
Yeah, I'm writing the next one, so everyone's nagging for it, and I'm on with it. It's just trying to find time with all the gigs and touring, but yeah, it's in progress. So I'm getting there with the writing, and then obviously there's going to be the pre-production rehearsals, and then go to the studio and get it done.
So this year, next year?
Touch wood this year. Fingers crossed.
Watch this space. Chantel McGregor, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
One down, one to go.
Yeah.
Enjoy this evening.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.